Hi there, it's Sandra from Create in Spain, and today I've got another stamp making video for you. And in this particular case I have stamped a butterfly, but it's not by my usual method, so I thought I would show you what I got up to. And this was purely an experiment that just happened to work. I had in my stash a couple of these things, and as you can see it only cost me a couple of euros. It's a silicone mould for cake decorating, and I got two of them, and the first one I have is this butterfly one, and then I have another one which has bows on it, and it's also got a decorative border. Now I didn't buy these for doing this, let me make that quite plain. I did make it a purchase for making embellishments, but not for doing this. So what did I do to make it? Well, it's so simple, you're going to really like this. Now I'm going to see if I can zoom in a bit without going out of focus. Yeah, I think that is probably about as close as I'm going to get. Now it's using my usual polymer gel, which I've got decanted in my bottle. So what I did was I just took some of this gel and I went around the basic shape of my design, like that, just gently squeezing and basically rubbing it into place. You do want to make sure that you get all the little nooks and crannies filled. So first of all, I did that. Then I took a fine tool and I just sort of went around scraping up just to try and make sure that I've got everything filled, that I haven't missed anywhere. So like that. Now this one might come out with some errors on it because I'm not doing this with my head directly over it. You're getting a better view of this than I am at the moment. So then what I did was I topped it up with a little more gel, not a humongous amount, but a bit more. Okay, you want a good covering on it. And then I just took my normal piece of glass that I use when I'm stamp making and placed it on the top. Now you can see the gel spreading. I'm not really pressing this down at all, just got a fingertip on it. Then I took this very standard light and I just put it under there for a couple of minutes. Now this has only got a minute timer or 30 seconds, so I did it twice. Now using a mould like this, you do not have to worry about over curing. You can just go for it. It doesn't matter because you're not relying on a negative. Now why did I decide to try this method? Well, apart from the fact that I had these moulds, I just thought it would be interesting as an experiment. However, if you are also a cake decorator or you know somebody who is, the chances are they not only have moulds like this, but they probably have moulds which are like A4 size or even bigger. Moulds that are very, very intricate, very pretty, very delicate, and ones that you could actually make a full background size stamp from. Now all you need to do is to make sure that your glass plate was big enough to go over the top and that you moved your lamp around to make sure it all got cured. But other than that, no more difficult than doing just a smaller stamp like this one. So this is what I came out with from the butterfly stamp, and it's pretty good. I'm quite impressed. That's not bad at all. We shall see how we get on with this bow one in a few seconds, as this is being done in real time. Now this is the butterfly stamp itself, and I'm guessing that the depth is probably about 1 millimeter. But that's not a problem because the mould itself is flat and it's on a flat surface. You do want to make sure you've got a flat surface to put it on. And the glass plate on the back of it also make sure that it's flat, so it's nice and level. When it comes out, as this one's going to in a moment, what you do is you turn it upside down. You simply peel away the mould. It comes off just that easily. Now you do want to clean this up very thoroughly. I would go over it with alcohol first of all because that does dissolve the stickiness. Then I would probably put it in hot soapy water and give it a good scrub with a brush, particularly if you're borrowing someone else's. And if you do borrow someone else's, at least tell them what you're going to be using it for, so that gives them a chance to say, no, don't do it. Now this is sticky, but I'm just going to put my gel away before I forget about that. If I take some tissue and some rubbing alcohol, I can take the stickiness off that really, really easily. And this stamp is not as sticky as the ones that I normally make. It, for some reason, putting it in a mould, it makes it less sticky. So that's even better. So I can peel this off of here. Being careful not to tear it because it's stuck on quite well. I almost tore it because I had a thin bit just there. And there we have our stamp. Now, if you have managed to catch a bit of the next one, you'll find that you've got a raised bit on the edge, like there is here, a raised bit where it's being into the next image. So before you use it, you just want to make sure that you trim around the outside, like so. I'm going to trim that slightly split piece off so it doesn't get in the way as well. I'm just going to trim off the excess here, like I normally do with my stamps anyway. And your stamp is finished. So I'm just going to get that same piece of card that I stamped the other one on. And I'm going, yeah, I can fit that on there. We're going to put a stamp block. Stamp block. Ink it up. And there we have perfect stamp. So there we go, that's how you make a polymer stamp, photopolymer stamp with a silicone cake mould. Not something they were designed for, but heck, why do I care about that? So the only thing is that, you know, these things normally are not that cheap to buy. I got this in a Chinese shop, cost me €2, and I have other plans for it. So I wouldn't buy it specifically to do this. But, you know, if you happen to come across one in a car boot sale, a yard sale, whatever, if they're on offer in the craft shops, you know, for very, very little money, and particularly if you can find one that's got, say, borders like that, or a really large design that you can make a background stamp for, it may well be worth picking it up. If you've already got the gel anyway, then keep your eyes out for these, because this is such an easy way of making a nice stamp design. So that's it. If you like this video and you want to see more of them, please like, subscribe, hit the bell button so you'll get notifications. And if you're feeling really generous, you can buy me a cup of coffee using the link below. Take care now. Bye bye.